Cue the cheesy podcast music.
Welcome to MegaFest, where we don't just manifest, we MegaFest. I'm your host, Megs Malloy. I'm creating a community of silly and soulful working moms who are mostly happy, but know they're capable of more. More self-love, more self-esteem, more self-trust, more calm, joy, natural highs, more magic in the world, and more laughter. Each week, me and my guests will bring you tips and tricks on how to make the most of your one precious life. And we're going to make them effective and efficient because ain't nobody got time for that. I believe in you. I want you to shine your light. I want you to become all that you're capable of. So let's hang out. Let's MegaFest together. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Right now, we are in the midst of not only Meguary, it is also Megcellence week, and that means that it's the time between my birthday and Valentine's when we celebrate a confluence of all things Megan. And yes, this is the word of the day. Confluence, meaning an act or process of merging. It means a flowing together, a coming together to one place. And so it is, Meguary and Megcellence week are flowing together. And today I want to talk to you about why it is so awesome to get older. That's right. You've heard me correct. A lot of people recently have been saying, oh, happy birthday. Not a day over 21, right? Or I got a birthday card from a dear friend and she said 39-ish. You know what? Fuck that. I am proud to be 44. Getting older is a badge of honor because you will find that your life becomes a confluence oh my gosh. Oh no. A confluence of all your experiences, and it becomes a beautiful tapestry, a beautiful growing and bloom of all the experiences from your path moving forward and helps you become who you are today. And I don't want to go back to being 21 years old. I don't want to go back to being 31 years old or even 41 years old because every year I feel like I am getting better and better. Can we just take a minute before we dive into this episode of all the ways that getting older is better to acknowledge this beautiful birthday gift I got from Carter, my husband, this orchid right here. I love me a white orchid. And although I did ask for what I wanted, he took it upon himself to have it ready for me on my birthday, and I am so grateful for that. And maybe the 41-year-old Megan might not have asked for what she wanted for her birthday, but I was able to ask because, one, I knew what I wanted. I thought about it. I identified it. I knew what is going to bring me joy. Two, I felt worthy enough to receive. I could have said, I don't need anything. But when a person wants to give, you need to be able to receive. So this brings me to my top 3 reasons why it is awesome getting older. Number 1, you have so many trials and errors that you realize that you can survive. And we'll get into this in a second. Number 2, each year you get older, you have more time to learn and grow and explore who you are and hence become who you are. And finally, as you get older, you start to realize, hey, I might be running out of time. And so each year is really a gift. All right, so let's get into it. Reason number 1, let's start with that old saying, I've been around the block a couple of times. Now I totally get what that means. I feel like I have lived this experience before and now I'm going to live it again. And I don't have to be worried about what the outcome is going to be. And I don't have to stress about the unknowing. Once you have had quite a few experiences going around the block, you start to realize that, hey, I'm going to be okay. And I can actually trust myself to figure things out, to be my best friend, and just simply knowing that I will survive. It's amazing what trial and error can do. And I'm curious, what do you have to add to that? Do you feel like you've been around the block a couple times? All right, reason number 2, why it's so cool getting older. You have more time to grow and learn and blossom as a person. The 20-year-old Megan and the 40-year-old Megan are totally different people in most ways. Priorities, ambition, experiences, and that's okay. You have to start out as a 20-year-old, live your life, and then become a 40-year-old. But I am so grateful for all the experiences along the way. I really literally, most of the time, I literally have stopped caring what people think about me and just really focused on, what do I think about me? Whoa, isn't that amazing growth? Isn't that way better? And in that, I've learned to accept myself and have fully embraced working on loving myself. I heard this soundbite on Instagram the other day. If you named all the things that you love, how long would it take you to mention your name? And then now I'm crying because because it's so true. We forget that it's okay to love ourselves. And really, we really need to just dive right into the deep end of that pool of loving ourselves. And that is what you realize as you get older. You are the only person who you are guaranteed to be with for your entire life. Not your best friend, not your mom, not your sister, not your husband, maybe your kids, but nothing's for sure. And you are in your head, in your body for the rest of your life. Just the two of you, your body and your soul. And to make peace with that, to be able to make your mind into a beautiful garden is the ultimate gift you can give yourself. Or hey, maybe you don't want a garden. Maybe you want a luxury cruise in your mind, or, a palace or a party. Whatever you want your mind to be, make it that. And just totally, fully enjoy yourself. Another thing that happens when it's a confluence of trial and error, being around the block, and also more time to grow, is that, have you ever experienced this where you look at a picture of yourself, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and you think, oh my God, I look at that picture and I remember how at that moment, when I saw that picture, I thought I was fat, or I thought I was ugly, or I thought I was a failure, or such a nerd, or whatever it is, whatever you thought about yourself at that time. And then you look back many years later and you're like, oh shit, I wasn't any of those things. I was beautiful. I was youthful. I was so freaking skinny, or whatever, whatever your body image thing is. And, so worthy of love and confidence, but we just didn't feel it at that time. And that is one of the beautiful things with aging, is you start to realize, like, hey, wow, I felt that way back then and I didn't need to. So today, I don't need to feel that way. Let me choose a better way. I hope you are choosing a better way. I mean, just right now in this moment, think about that picture and think about the last picture you saw of yourself. Are you more accepting of yourself now? I hope you are. And then my third point is that as you get older, you start to realize, hey, I may not have very many more birthdays. This year I turned 44, and my friend Sarah, I call her my BFFF, BBBBFFFF, which stands for Best Baby Buddy Friend Forever. She's turning 49. So I had to ask her, Sarah, you are turning 49. That's almost 50. And somewhere in our human brain, we have this idea that 50 is the halfway point. even though, it chokes me up just even saying it, the average lifespan of an American woman is 77 years. So you start to think, if you see your best friend once a month and we have, if we're lucky, like 20 more years together. Well, I'm no mathlete, but I do have a calculator. That means you will see her for 240 more times. My mom right now is 72 years old. The average lifespan is 77. So if I see her once a month, that's only 60 more times I'll see my mom. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. So you start to realize that like, we really don't have as much time as we think. So we had better enjoy the time that we have because we can't get more. So all you can do is really enjoy the time that you have. And really, that's just a mic drop right there, because what else can be said, you know? Oh, I know what else can be said. So we have to be intentional about making the most of the time we have, which means asking yourself or just putting it out there. Recently, every day I've been waking up saying, this could be the best day of my life. It's just a regular old day, but when you kind of pose that question and put it out there and like get curious, well, shit, maybe it could be the best day of my life without any sort of expectation, just that feeling of, wow, I really enjoyed today. And if you have 365 I really enjoyed today's, then you have a whole year of your life that you really enjoyed. And that not only stays with you, it reverberates out into the world. Your joy that you are experiencing and the people you meet conflue, no, that's not the word, become a confluence of good energy. It's like a ripple effect, and it goes out to the world. So those are my 3 big reasons why getting older is awesome. And I will leave you with a saying that my dear old Grammy used to say, it's not how old you are, it's how you are old. You're only as old as you feel or that you think you are. Age is just a number. If you believe that getting older is awesome, that birthdays are a blessing, they're not to be taken for granted. Can you hear that I'm getting emotional? Because really, I mean, I just can't even stress this enough that no day is guaranteed in our life. And at any point, we could be diagnosed with cancer or in a car accident, or if it was the 1880s, you know, we get tuberculosis and die. Anything could happen. All we have is today, a one short, precious life. So let us not worry about the number that we are and just start embracing all the lessons that we've learned, all the ways that we are so sagacious and mature. Let this confluence of experiences become this beautiful tapestry of our life. Right? Right. All right. Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk about why aging is the way to go. And and this is what Mega Festing is all about. This is the heart of Mega Festing. Embracing, forgiving, gratitude, just letting the joy come in and then letting it out. So if you felt any sort of inspiration from today, I encourage you to give a girl a birthday gift and share this episode with a friend, share it on your social media, give it a 5-star review, and that would be the best birthday gift for me. Or just being here today is the ultimate gift. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, happy new year, happy year older, and remember, don't just manifest, manifest!